Hey there, Tuber Titan 12 here with a video about Welcome to Demon School Iruma-Kun. This is the third season, episode 4. Now I'm hoping you guys at the very least watched my last video about this show. I kind of recapped what the series is and also the beginning of this season. Definitely please go back and watch it. I mean, if push came to shove, if you wanted to start with this season, cool, I guess, but to really get the full experience of this show and all the great things, definitely watch from season 1. It's going to flow very, very fast. Please go and watch season 1, season 2, and then jump back into season 3. But if you're still here, let me talk to you a little bit about this episode. So this episode, again, continued with the Harvest Festival. It kind of picked up where everything left off with Asmodeus and Sabro. They got challenged by the Doro brothers, but apparently they're not fodder. They are actually former students of Balaam. You know, Balaam, he looks kind of like a bird, that dude. They were former students of him, so they want to go into a little challenge. Who knows what that's going to be, but the episode kind of passed them. The one other thing that happened in this episode that I want to talk to you before I get to the big part of the episode is Kamui. He's the small little bird guy. He has a bloodline ability called Friendship. And Karoli, who is very, very beautiful to many people. For those who are watching who haven't seen the full season of the show, I won't say what her real ability is, but just say, hey, she's very, very beautiful. And I really want to say it, but I'll save it. But just know that she's beautiful and she has some hidden talents. So definitely going to watch that. But anyway, they showed in that episode that they had complete control over a bunch of the animals in the forest, and they're going to get a ton of points very, very easily. With their teacher, they worked on taming various animals and creatures and summoning different beasts, and she summoned these 2 huge beasts that are super strong to kind of help her out a bit. Really, really cool stuff. But that's all for the beginning episode. It was alright, but it wasn't anything crazy. The best part of this episode was the back half. It's centered around 2 people who normally don't get shine in this show, and that's Allocher, who is like the king of wisdom, and Jazz, who is a master thief. So Allocher, he's super, super intelligent, insanely smart, just pretty much knows a lot of knowledge, has a lot of knowledge in him. And then Jazz, I really like his character. His character design is really cool, and his abilities, he can pretty much steal anything from you. Honestly, his whole family is a line of like master thieves. But they were a part of the festival. They made up a whole fake area to log in items that they caught. Turns out it was completely fake. They stole everything. And we find out their actual backstory of their training. In previous episodes, everybody's training was described. But for whatever reason, those 2, nothing happened. We never knew. So it turns out they went to this big old club with their teacher, Furfur. And he is now my favorite teacher out of everybody. If you don't know this, I'm a teacher by day. I teach music. And Furfur's style of teaching is my style of teaching. To where you give people a chance to learn from their own mistakes and to grow on their own. You give them the necessary scenario to grow and push them and let them see, how well they can do. And he does that magically. He puts them in a situation to where they're sitting around, they're having a great time, not realizing they're building up a tab. And of course, they had to pay that at the end. They had no money, so they had to become workers. They were workers, and this entire time, they weren't just working. They finally realized, hey, I need to listen to and adjust to my surroundings. They started listening to the adults around them, seeing how things work, seeing how the adult world truly works, and learning from it. And over time, they got stronger and stronger and learned how to be stealthy and sneaky in ways they did things. Now, Furfur still is steps ahead of them. They had this little challenge to where if every day he would come in and he threw up this gold coin, and if they were able to guess what hand it was in, boom, they'd be out. They'd have to work anymore. None of that worked. Furfur was ahead of the game. So they were very, very upset about it. But you notice throughout the episode, they're like, man, I can't wait to try it again. I can't wait to try to battle him again. They're so driven by his teaching style, they don't even know it. his teaching style pushes them to really want to be better, want to do better, want to gain more knowledge, and they're using all of the things they've learned in real time. And it's really, really cool. And I love that type of teaching. I teach music. I teach guitars, the instrument that I use. And a lot of times, the kids will say, "Hey, how do you do this?" I'm like, "Hey, follow it through. Think back to previous things we've done. Use the tools around you to help yourself." I'll have different students matching up with each other, try to problem solve different passages of music to see how strong you can get on your own without me just, "Hey, this is how it goes. This is what you do." You want to grow. And I really, really like that about Furfur. So he's my favorite teacher of all time. I like this show because, again, it shows the student side, but this season especially, it's showing the adult side of things they're doing to help others and to see these students grow. It's really, really cool to see. So, guys, I hope you enjoy this review. I truly enjoy this show. Again, if you've listened to all of this and you still haven't watched season 1 and 2, you're you're crazy. I'm sorry. I apologize for saying that about you, but you need to go ahead and watch season 1 and 2. Jump into season 3, and I will catch you later. Make sure you follow me. Deuces.